There are 26 seconds left in Super Bowl 49. Your team is 4 points ahead. Behind that is you have the ball just 1 yard short of the end zone. It's second down, and your team is arguably the league's best running back. What do you do? Run or pass? You know how this ended up.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
It is being called by some the worst call in the history of football, but was it?
Professor Bill Sandholm studies game theory at the UW School of Economics, and he joins us today. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Bill.
Thank you.
Now, what are we talking about when we're talking about
game theory is about strategic decision making. So trying to understand how to make choices when other people's choices are going to affect your outcomes too.
Okay.
So if we think about the Super Bowl, we had the Seahawks had to make a decision about how to what play to call,
right?
And the Patriots had to make a decision about how to defend it. And game theory is good for thinking about these sorts of situations.
And something is called randomizing. What is that?
So one of the basic ideas in game theory is that in a competitive situation, you often want to be unpredictable. And unpredictable means randomizing. So in particular, if you're in a situation where if you thought your opponent was going to guess your choice, you would want to choose differently. Mm-hmm. So if we think about things like penalty kicks in soccer, or which direction to serve in tennis, people have studied this, and they find that the behavior looks pretty much random.
Really?
It looks, almost like flipping a coin.
So if you always run on the second down, throw a pass.
Right, and so during the game, I mean, of course, what game theory says is you should mix it up a little bit. So if you're in a run situation, throw a pass sometimes. If you're in a pass situation, maybe a draw play. As for the end of the Super Bowl, so what you have to ask yourself is, suppose if you're the Seahawks, if you were sure that the Patriots were going to defend the run, what would you want to do? And to me, you give the ball to Lynch. This guy's pretty good at getting a yard. If that's the case, that even in the worst case for what your opponent does, you still want to hand it to Lynch, well, then you're not in the world where you want to randomize anymore. So
if he doesn't get in on the second down, then what do you do?
Right.
Well, you got 3 tries.
He passed.
Yeah, so in game theory, we call a situation like this a dominant strategy, which I think is a good term for somebody like beast mode.
Yeah. So you go with the dominant strategy. That's what common sense tells you to do.
That's right.
So along the game theory guidelines, then, you join the chorus of critics who say this was the worst call ever.
It all comes down to whether you thought that even if they were defending the run, they should have still handed it off. And I guess people can have different opinions about this. To me, Lynch is just a monster, and I trust him with it.
Interesting end to the season.
Yeah, you would never connect economics and football, but this is a really interesting science to it.
Yeah. Bill, thanks for being with us today. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.